Well, the atmosphere couldn't be more different than it was 3 days ago. This was all aflame with barricades, hundreds of thousands of protesters manning these barricades to stop the police, the riot police, from coming down from behind where we are now. And, of course, the snipers up in the buildings picking off and causing so many deaths in that crucial clash 3 days ago. Now it's a much more somber, the damage is everywhere, of course, but a much more somber event. People are still coming. There are candles everywhere. There are some larger shrines, but also anywhere there's a space, people have put candles in memory of those that have died. And also plenty of signs that they're ready to bring this back up again should they need to. Look at this here. There's wood. This is for fires so they can keep braziers manned. They can set fire to barricades again if they want to. All the bricks are piled up and they can break them apart and turn them into makeshift missiles at a moment's notice. Also down here, you can see that these enclosures now have been set up. Now, this enclosure, if we're right with these flags that are above it with the stars around on a blue drape, that's the European Party of Ukraine. Just one sign of one of the small agendas they've got going here in the square now, clearly looking west as far as this group of people are concerned. See the stretchers all lined up here as well. This is in case that things turn nasty again in the way they did 3 days ago. And further down, people much more organised. You can see the firewood's been split, ready to keep these boilers going so that the crowds that come here, both those that are manning the barricades, but also those that come down to visit the square, can find food and can find coffee. And so you see people here queuing up to get themselves or something. It's soup. Говорите по-английски. Do you speak English?
So.
Yeah. You stay here? Are you staying here?
Yeah, of course.
How long you stay?
Ой, very long. Very. 18 число. 18 August.
Yulia Tymoshenko. You want president?
Yeah. Will be.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, no, he says. I mean, that's the difference of opinion here. Yulia Tymoshenko. Спасибо вам. Чуть-чуть. Спасибо. They're always anxious to engage with us. Yulia Tymoshenko came out of prison after 2.5 years of being in prison in the East. Came forwards, made the claim that she might like to be president. Very mixed reactions. Even those two guys we spoke to there, some of them saying, yes, we want her back as president, we trust her. Others saying still, no, she's part of the old order and we want something new. So how is the politics playing out now? Well, let's head east. My colleague David Bowden is in the city of Kharkiv, where it's believed that President Yanukovych fled after this peace deal with the protesters was agreed on Friday. David, what's the atmosphere like now in Ukraine's second city?
Well, it's kind of business as usual here, Andrew, but there are two smallish protests. One you can see behind me, which is basically around Lenin's statue. They don't want the pro-government, the new government protesters to come and take down this statue, as they have done in other parts of Ukraine, so they're defending it. They say that they believe this new government is illegal and they want to go back to the old regime, not necessarily because they support Yanukovych, but because they don't believe the new order is the way forward. 200 yards up the road from them is a counter-protest of the new government. The people who want to see the West become more involved in Ukraine, they are in the municipal buildings here. Some of them slept there, we're told. They again have their peaceful protests. So it's ongoing. They're kind of marking time, if you like. Meanwhile, everybody else, the buses are coming and going here in the middle of the city as people go about their business and go to work, Andrew.
David, thanks very much indeed. David Bowden there in Kharkiv. You can see the soundstage here still set up. It's been going all night. They've had prayers this morning. There are cameras there waiting to record more of the speeches. Mikhail Saakashvili, the former president of Georgia, was here last night offering his support as the former leader of one other satellite nation that's had its difficulties with Russia since trying to claim some sort of independence. So support is coming in from states nearby, as well as from the European Union and the United States as well. Baroness Ashton, the European Union Foreign Minister, she should be here today to meet with high-level officials and the interim president to see what kind of way forward they can manage. So the politics is very focused. Remember, they have promised to pull together something of an interim parliament, an interim government by Tuesday, which doesn't give them much time.